superstar, the music.
You open up your snakes.
I'm trying. Alright, last time on eSTEEMed Critical. Steam arrived in Flamekeep, where they had been met by Fulgrim as the evacuees of Sharn were tended to. Fulgrim offered everyone a place to stay, with an expectation to explain what happened in Sharn at a meeting in 2 weeks, along with how Steam planned to move forward. Emma took flight towards Starsong Hill, and Temple also left the city for the night as everyone rested. Those in Flamekeep met Jayla Duran, the voice of the Flame, who told them all that Kaldor Drago's funeral would be held in 3 days with the hopes that Steam would help the grieving nation celebrate the Templar's life. During the days leading up to the meeting, Steam issued their first orders to Wrathkeep and did research into Drome and the Shadow Marches. Ezra and Malachite also asked Himiko to contact Bryles so that they could ask her about what prisoner Deep 14 was. Bryles took offense to this question, summoning a new and improved version of the rune golem that was previously in the Kundarak HQ. But once it was made clear that a secret Vol allied to Caius IV had informed Steam of this prisoner, Bryles relented and agreed to help Steam before stomping off with her golem. And we will pick up there. Like I said, we'll start.
Oh, great.
Sorry, sorry.
I was about to be like, who the fuck is Bryles? I forgot she goes by Bree.
Bree, yeah.
That's her full name?
Apparently.
Yeah, Bryles, yeah. Well, it's not her full name, it's her first name.
Yeah, well, I didn't know Bree was a short for something else. I thought it was just Bree.
Why the fuck is my music playing?
For short.
No.
Brill for me.
Okay.
You're getting better, though.
Am I?
Yeah, better than you were a couple days ago. When you went to work, man, you sounded horrible.
Yeah, you sound like shit.
Leave her alone.
Okay. At the tail end of the funeral, as Kaldor Drago's beautiful picture is being burned away, Jayla, with the power of the flame, grabs some of that ash before it disappears into the Grand Cathedral. And Johanna approaches. On this day, we celebrate the Eternal Warrior's life as Johanna takes up his mantle.
Oh,
That's
this-
what you forgot to
damn, that sucks. Wow.
I'm sorry. On this day, as Johanna kind of places the shield in front of her, a gargantuan shield now emblazoned with a silver quabble on it. You shall be known as Johanna Zagadansi Drago.
That's kind of sad.
Damn.
And then the city celebrates Drago's life, and towards the end of the night, Fulgrim approaches all of you and lets you know that in 10 days, we have decided to call it the Meeting of the Dawn. There, various political figures will meet, and all of you will be expected to attend, as Emma is not there. Please let Emma know, and try to have whatever plans you have laid out by that time. Whatever plans you have to move forward and pursue this evil. The next morning, Malachite's, you're going to say is Malachite?
Yeah.
You would receive a letter from the Denizen of Music. It is essentially an order from Invenar, ordering you to train. You are to report to the Denizen and train. Ezra, you're also invited. Not told, invited. Essentially,
I
you
was
have...
told. You were invited.
If you choose to partake in Malachite, you may choose to either take a proficiency in something, a expertise, if you already have a proficiency in something, or you may. I will give you a lore piece that might help you if you have any questions. Ezra, same applies to you if you wanted to learn like a proficiency or an expertise. You're gonna have to roll for it, like Ashton did with Skrelia, but that is essentially what you're able to do for the next 2 weeks. Or the next 10 days, excuse me. So, like, Temple was researching, and he learned various things about wizards throughout Port Fair, about Drome. Skrelia, you gained the +1 in dexterity, and the expertise and religion. Emma learned, gained advantage on survival checks in the Shadow Marshes. And we could give you proficiency in investigation now, if you don't have it already. So we'll say you learned that you got pretty good at navigating books inside of the Starsong Library.
If you were to be expertise in something, how much would it go up by?
So it doubles the proficiency bonus. Basically.
God!
It's
And
ridiculous.
then +4 is +8.
Plus 8, and that goes up, so it would be plus 10 when you grow, when you level up.
And plus 12 later on, yeah. It's strong.
I got a +8 in religion now. And know the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, that's why for deception, persuasion, and performance, I have a plus 13.
I'm not expertise in anything. That's the thing.
Well, no, if you're proficient in something,
Mhm.
the next step would be
Yeah, so I'm looking at the things I'm proficient in.
Yeah.
I could make it work with maybe medicine. When you say lore, like
If there is anything you can think of that Malachi doesn't immediately know, he can research into it. So, if you wanted to research into what Bryles was talking about prisoners in her homeland, you could look into that, and it'll be an investigation check, essentially, or an intelligence check.
that only helps me once. What are you
That's probably gonna take the expertise.
gonna do? Probably.
Or it's either proficiency in the skill that
In
you
a skill you don't have already,
or if it's
or
proficient.
expertise.
It's expertise. Okay.
I'll take expertise in medicine. The one thing that I should really focus on, So for medicine it's wisdom. So I have a +5 to wisdom, so it's 8 plus 5.
13.
13. Oh,
Solid.
that's pretty solid.
Sleight of hand be useful, maybe. Not really. That doesn't really steal things, but
What about off of enemies?
Like, oh, swipe those guards' keys.
I think sleight of hand comes handy. I'll do that. I could do that. I was proficient in it. Oh my god, where did it go? Oh.
And your character's useless.
And delete it.
Oh god, could you imagine? I would cry. This song every time. Warframe.
Would you like me to change it?
No, it's not a
Okay.
bad thing. It just makes me think of like when you're viewing
Yeah.
your operator and you're like,
It's the new war theme.
Yeah.
Have you tried 1999?
no, I'm waiting for this fucker to play with me.
You still gotta do rallies.
I have to do Railjack, and I just have refused
It's
to.
the new war.
Yeah. It's not. It's just one mission.
I know, but it's just so. Ugh,
Yeah,
I want
you're
to.
not wrong.
But I have to be able to.
Yep.
I can't remember. Does it let you hire
Yes.
staff?
You hire people in Fortuna,
Cool. Okay.
from
Yeah.
our favorite drag queen. So.
I didn't do that when I played through it, and I regret it.
I mean, like it might not have been available when you played through it. It was.
Maybe
a
it was
little
just
new.
so awful that they were like, fine, we'll let you hire.
They've retuned Railjack like 3 times. I appreciate the effort, but
It was the same thing with Arkwing.
yeah.
Now you can actually do it.
All right. Has everybody chosen their thing? All right. So, Emma, as you are kind of getting ready to make flight towards Thrain, you see this sprout pop out of because the library is built into a gigantic tree. Sprout out of the wood, and then the plant slowly forms a mouth. Emma, this is nameless NPC. We have completed the garden decorations. What would you like us to harvest next? This will take a bastion turn. I would like to remind all of you that you can upgrade facilities. It is expensive, but that's the only way to get better things. So, or if you wanted to just straight up add to, you can do that as well. So we needed to decide if you want to make bouquets, candles, or perfumes.
So I can change it each time
Yeah, you
around.
change it each time. Just you have to choose.
Yeah, other perfumes first.
Perfumes. Okay. All right. Don't forget, this is what it looks like. Did you want to upgrade anything, or do you have them make another batch of perfume?
I'll do perfume the first time around and then bouquets the
Okay.
next time.
So another round of bouquets. Also, if you want to, like, there's still plenty of room left. If you want to just make another room, you can. Just don't forget that depending on what you want to make, we'll have to start at the bottom. So let me go to the bastion turns that I also just made. Turn 2. Emma.
Deception, persuasion, and performance.
It was bouquets?
For the second time around?
Yeah. Bouquets. Okay. All right. Ashton, the armory has been stocked. There's not a whole lot else the armory can do, due to the fact that the armory is designed to help protect the keep, and it's ready.
Yeah.
So, would you like them to just maintain? Would you like to maybe, look into making some barracks, which is separate,
Like where people sleep?
and basically would allow you to hire more guards in case y'all aren't there to protect
Oh,
Rat Keep.
they're guarding it. That's so nice of them. I didn't consider that part.
Yeah, there is a minimal force there right now, which thanks to Skrelia is armed, but
Really.
so barracks will allow you to hire more.
Do we need a secret service game?
Secret Service. What?
Do we need a secret service? do we need a secret service?
So like guard, like water?
Yeah, what's our house?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I'd say so. I think a lot of our things are there.
Well, we got a big vault.
I think a lot of people
So-
hate us now.
You were
A
one
lot of
big
people
barracks.
know we're rich.
We also killed the whole team.
Second.
We sure did. They don't know it was They didn't know it was our fault.
Yeah.
Barracks is
They don't-
fast.
What's not our fault?
Room.
We didn't kill an entire country or city rather.
So it is going to cost 500 gold, which you can just take from the coffers.
Is that alright?
500 gold, and will take 25 days. So I'm just going to add it right next to the armory, if that's okay with you, unless you want to add it somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what I'm playing. All y'all do is sleep and fight. Like Valhalla or some shit.
16 seconds.
All these people, all these workers have this like massive house to themselves. We're never there. They're just chilling.
Yeah.
I mean, it did just get made.
Well, we don't have time ever.
Yeah, they're just chilling
be at
in
home.
there. They could just be like feet up playing video games. I wouldn't know. I'm just paying these people.
I would actually get so upset if you did that.
Okay, did you already deduct from your gold, or do we want to deduct from the
Bank.
From the bank.
bank?
Big big.
He doesn't have his
I
own. He
do.
does, but not like.
It ain't enough.
Also, it's something that benefits all of us. So we all pay for it.
Take 25 days. Okay. Zeke. So I don't know if you saw it whenever I put it in, but basically you need to be there in long rest in order to make a charm. So if you'd like,
It has to be me, so I won't have the time to go do that for a bit.
no. So did you also want to maybe expand and make something else, or did you want to have them maybe just go ahead and make you? I believe it was Sacred Focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that they
Because-
finish the other one, they can just move on and get the other one.
Okay. Well, like a Sacred Focus.
Which is a symbol of my god, right?
Yeah, takes 7 days and costs no money. So,
I mean, if they can, just to have it, might as well. Hang it up on the wall. What is what does the Umbra look like, anyways?
you can Google it, but basically it's a big mass of like dark energy that's found underground. And I believe there was a picture of it, if I remember right.
Oh, look at
Whenever
that.
you and I were talking about it.
Look at that stone that somebody's giving Tina and Pokemon.
Not quite. Almost though.
Something weird.
Focus. Okay. Ish. What did you want? So
Like a
He
pearl of
made-
power?
So yeah, I chose from that because you weren't there, and it's a pretty like it basically lets you restore a spell slot up to 5th level. So
What do you mean I wasn't there?
no, like I chose for you after the session. So if you want, let me
Huh.
get you the appendix.
According to Reddit, it's the dark reflection of the silver flame.
Oh shit! I did not know that.
It's the silver flame, but evil.
Huh.
So the
That
silver
explains so
lane.
much.
And I'm working with them.
That is the Drow's gods. It's Malachite's god technically.
Yeah, that's who he worships. But I just think it's funny that I'm working with the silver flame. And, yeah, I'm friends with the silver
I think you're a
flame.
fucking narc.
I am. I'm a fucking rat. A snitch.
Here.
This is getting no bitches.
You can choose from common or uncommon items. The common items take less money and are made quicker. Okay, circle of blessing. Okay. And the uncommon do take more money and take more time.
Oh, this is all uncommon.
Yeah, those are all.
I was
So you
pointing
have
down
to-
here because I thought that was like rare.
So yeah, you have to choose from the arcana. It has to be a common or uncommon arcana. Or if you want, I could just roll you a d1. Okay. Uncommon or common?
Uncommon.
Uncommon. Okay. Here, you roll the d1. A staff of the adder.
I have too many staffs.
You have a lot of staffs.
I
Just a
have
bunch
to
of
give
s-
you one.
You have a bunch of sticks and like an arrow holder on your back.
Like fireball. Put it back up. Fireball. But my own, not the staff.
Yeah.
So what is
And-
that staff of reckoning or something?
Adder.
Snake stick. Like Moses.
Yeah, Moses.
Like
Oh,
Moses.
Moses. They said like noses.
Noses. More like penises.
Yeah, sure.
Install.
Okay. Also takes 10 days and 200 gold.
200.
Okay, so Reddit said something different, but Eberron Wiki says something completely different, so I'm gonna follow Eberron.
Yeah, because, Eberron people can kind of.
I'm removing it.
I think
from,
they're taking it their own way, like they're reading it their own sort of way.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm removing it from my own. Not from the bank.
Okay. And Riley.
Ah.
Ezra with the library. They have their findings, but it's at the keep. So,
Did we ever make a teleportation circle?
I know.
Oh,
Not yet.
Not
Can we do that?
If you want to do that, you're going to have to upgrade the Sanctum.
We're not there.
Upgrade your rectum.
Oh.
Just
Wait, do we have a sanctum yet?
Yes.
Okay, I guess.
You do?
No, shit. You have an arcane study.
I was about to say, I'm like, I don't think we have.
The arcane study is what you need to upgrade to a sanctum. Oh no, it's not sanctum yet. Sanctum is a level 17.
Holy shit. So
It's not sanctum. It's not sanctum. Teleportation circle. Yeah, level 9. There we go. Yeah.
I don't think
so-
we needed anything, did we? I think you just make it.
Well, that's the thing. If you want, y'all can be there and make it. But if you want your hirelings to make it, it's going to take time and money. So.
Yeah, we're not gonna go back anytime soon, so I think it'd be best to have them make
Okay.
it.
Then it's just going to be, I believe, 250 gold. And just basically they'll make it inside of the arcane study.
I'll just take it out of my thing.
Okay.
So 250?
Let me make sure. No, 500. I'm I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Now I'm down to 7,000 gold.
1-year-old?
I'm assuming the hirelings I hired were
Not
also
use any of my
Umbridgen.
money.
Or what?
Also Umbridgen.
You can make them whatever they want. They're your
They're
hirelings.
Umbridgen.
Yeah.
How?
I have 7,862 gold. It's because I think it's that one time that I stole.
An entire
much
trove.
shit.
And you didn't share it with anyone.
No.
You tucked it in your pocket.
I sure did.
You're selfish.
Fucking urchin.
Yeah. Homeless person over here.
Yeah, Ezra saw it. Didn't know you guys at that point. Was like, fuck y'all. I'm taking this for myself.
5K gold pocket.
That was at the very beginning.
Yeah, you had the most money.
Turn 2, done. Okay, so having talked to Bryles, having done your training, done your research, unless there is anything else y'all would like to do, it will have been 2 weeks since the morning of Sharn. It is.
Wow.
But is that 14 days in Eberron?
Yes.
So it follows the same solar system calendar?
No, not quite, but essentially. It's 300. it's 28 days every month, and 322 days per year.
Also, Julius Caesar didn't exist.
Oh
in this
my.
time.
You did that. You're going to kill
To
kids.
fuck it all.
Emma, what time would you say you fly in?
When's your flight?
Early in the morning.
And would it be your transformation, or did you take an owl?
I'll take it out.
You take an owl. Okay. We'll say that one of Kiliar's hunters volunteers to ride you there. And
Ride me there.
To
Sorry.
drive you there?
Fly
Sure,
me there.
Fly you there. As you land in what is essentially the lightning rail station, various guards are kind of taken aback at first as a gigantic owl lands, but once you land, you're the only Eladrin known throughout the city, and you are easily recognized as one of Steam. And so they will, without much argument, escort you to the grand cathedral that is seen from every corner of this city at the center that you also saw. The Cathedral of the Silver Flame. The rest of you will have had a light breakfast, as Jayla doesn't want you overfilled before the meeting. And
She don't want you to throw up.
as you enter the meeting room, it is below one of their most sacred rooms, which you only hear tidbits of, the Chamber of the Flame. You see that it has these grand black marble doors with silver inlaid patterns as the Templar guards open it up for you. Before you, you see a grand table, which is also this, ebony with silver trimmings. And Fulgrim, hands like this, is sitting at the end of it,
Okay, should use dad.
watching all of you enter. Behind him is this throne. This throne is about 10 feet up, and Jayla is sitting in it with Skorgan Varn. Scar sitting, sitting in front of her, ears perked up, also seem to be watching all of you. At the bottom of the throne sits a woman none of you have ever seen before, who wears a tiara. She has blonde hair with gray eyes, and next to her is a elderly-looking dwarven man. And through all of your combat prowesses, you would recognize that this man is some kind of bodyguard. He's very strong. On the left side of the table is another blonde-haired woman, but this one is much younger. She has these blue eyes with three what look almost like armored wizards flanking her as she
These people are all important.
looks over at all of you, purses her lips lightly before turning back to whatever business she's looking at. As you look around, there are rafts that are basically, think of them as an audience chamber. The 13 cardinals surround the entire room. They sit by themselves, almost behind a screen of sorts, as they watch as more pairs of eyes start looking at all of you. Temple, you would recognize one of them as the cardinal that helped you out the other day.
You know when you first start a job and you walk in and you're like a baby and everyone's staring at you like this idiot?
Is that what you feel like right now?
High Cardinal Crozen is the one that sits behind the high throne, as it seems that he is one of the more important cardinals.
You're in my seat.
He just
Being a
wanted-
dickhead.
And that seems to be pretty much everybody. You do not see Himiko.
She said she was in meteor though, right?
She did. As Fulgrim motions for all of you to take a seat to his left, the right side of the table.
Get in fucking neck.
In what, from closest to Fulgrim to the other side of the table, who sits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go.
3.
I feel like Skrelly
Four.
would sit closest to Fulgrim.
So 1,
3, 4, 5.
2,
I guess I'm 2.
3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Temple, you sit across from this beautiful blonde-haired woman. And since you're proficient in Arcana, you would easily recognize her as the Queen of Onder, Aurelia Winarn. Onder.
Down.
So yes, please write it down.
You said Irelia.
So Aurala, then Irwinar, which marks her as royal blood.
Can you spell that last name?
Wynarn.
Wynarn. And she's the princess?
She's the Queen of Onder. Onder is a magically inclined nation with various floating cities and has one of the larger schools of magic in Corvair. She gives you all a polite nod and introduces herself. I'm the Queen of Onder, Aurelia Arala Irwinan. It is a pleasure to meet all of you adventurers. Steam, correct?
That's right. Lovely to make your acquaintance.
Thankfully, you're first.
The really sociable one, and then the anti-sociable one.
Hey girl, how
And then
you doing?
Temple.
And then Temple, the horny one.
Not anymore. He lost his sex drive.
He's also a eunuch now.
He's got ED.
He's got
Fulgrim will speak up.
Erectile depression.
Queen Aurala will be partaking in the meeting today. She has a part to play in the defense of Corvair, and we are grateful for her help.
Is that the little girl?
No, the little girl
It's
is
the woman
John.
with blonde hair and gray eyes.
No, blue eyes. Gray eyes is the one sitting behind Fulgrim, and below the throne.
The little girl's on her throne, right?
The little girl is on the throne. Yes. John. Jalen.
There's a lot of
Almost done.
people here.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh god, I'm so stupid.
I told you your brains would be under attack.
I was like, you're like a cat. You're
I hate mosquitoes. Okay. Is there anything? This is technically the first time since Emma's been back. Is there anything y'all wanted to talk
Oh
about?
yeah, you just show up and just go to this war council meeting with us?
Are you saying that?
Well, no, it's just like
I mean,
Well,
I
hey,
did
Emma's
mention
Emma,
that, like,
where the hell you been,
Bolin,
Mocha?
Bolin would have written you guys a letter.
you would have written to us.
Bolin would have.
Oh, that's cute.
My friend.
Your friend?
She's just my friend.
Your friend?
Yeah.
We're like falling in love.
You cried on her food.
I did not.
You did when you were crying and you broke down and she snuggled you between her bosoms.
Whatever.
Bosom is
And then you
singular.
gotta-
You can't
I think
have
you
a
gotta go
platonic love with somebody. Come on, guys.
That was
Is
Zeke
what we're calling
Riley.
it?
That's not what Zeke Riley. They're constantly horny.
What? No!
Yes.
I just think that it's cute.
True for me, it's fine.
I also think Emma's a raging lesbian.
Jesus.
Hey, the raging closeted
I don't think we'd say anything to Emma. I think we wouldn't have had enough time.
Not at this point.
I'm assuming we're like walking up the stairs and Emma just flies by and just
would join up with all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
As we're walking out, Chip will just say, hey.
It's not dead.
So, Fulgrim will look, and you'll see that he has a chrono crystal embedded in his armor.
Yoink.
As he looks at
You
it,
know, wait, hold on. I'm picturing in my head the fact that you're the third person sitting away from him. You had to like jump over the table.
He crawled onto the table, went over.
Just knocking shit over like a cat does when they jump up.
looks at it, and mutters to himself, "She's late."
Like a watch on his wrist?
It's a chrono crystal.
Yeah.
It tells time.
Oh, that's
Look
fine.
who she-
What does it tell
That
time?
is an Eberron item. So.
Cool.
What's that?
I said, what does it tell the time to do?
Himiko.
Shut up.
I think he's talking about Himiko.
The start of the meeting. Jayla will speak up from behind. Fulgrim, it is time. With that, he'll lay down his hands. We'll now begin this meeting, now dubbed the Meeting of the Dawn, after the events of the morning of Sharn. We gather here to discuss the political intrigue between Onder and Thrain. Excuse me while I get my notes. Arala Winarn has approached us with a agreement to an alliance, so long as, in the end, she and the city and the country of Onder get something in return. We'll have various joint ventures in fending off the Karnathi front, which Karnath, while not directly attacking Thrain cities, has begun sending various scouts that have been spotted along the borders. But currently, Karnath and the Lazar principalities in the Talentia Plains have been the two primary fighting factors in the current aggressions. So with that, Arala Irwarn is the head Templar of the armies of the Silver Flame. We agree to the co-sovereignty of Thaliost in return for your cooperation. Thaliost is to the north. At this mention, all 13 cardinals.
Oh, Thalios. Wait, the island?
Thaliost, anybody proficient in history would know. Thaliost originally belonged to the country of Onder, but was captured
Like Puerto Rico.
Like
Oh, we don't go for
who?
it.
by Thrain.
Oh.
Oh.
So they're like, we'll give you your island back if you help us.
In co-sovereignty.
Why did Thrain take an island so far away? What were they doing over there?
Nuclear test.
Just so you guys know, the white islands on the top, that top little island is Thalios.
It's up to the left.
Isn't it the white island? To the left?
All the way over here.
That one.
No,
That's,
that's Corsi Island.
no, but below it.
That one.
Thalios.
That's Talus.
Oh, then where the fuck is Thalios?
Learn to read, bro.
I can't.
Hi, my name's Zeke. I'm 26 and I don't know how to read.
You're so right.
Right there.
Oh.
So
It's, yeah.
Onder is right here. Thrain is right here. So Thalios.
That tiny little island.
It's not an island. It's a major city on the Scion of Sounds River.
Not nuclear testing.
Oh, that city, Thalios.
Oh, that shit's hard to read.
Yeah, you got to
So this.
yeah, right there. Yeah,
So how does that make it an island though?
it's not an island.
Oh,
I
it's,
misspoke because you said it was an island.
oh, okay. So it's.
Because I thought you had immediately found it because I trusted you.
Sorry, I didn't know. I didn't know if you were.
He doesn't know how to
mispronouncing it.
read.
I don't. No, it's okay. It's so little. Okay,
Um,
that's fine.
At this revelation, all 13 cardinals make a ruckus as they basically are against this agreement. And with
Against
that,
it?
The Cardinals,
all 13
the
cardinals
birds.
essentially arguing that, we captured this 50 years ago. It was a hard fought victory. It's our city now. Doesn't matter how many riots there are. And then Fulgrim,
Right.
the Ashen Wake has been leaning on the table this whole time, kind of next to you, Skrilla. He just grabs it and Boom! Jayla and I have discussed it. The citizens of Thalios want this. They want to return to Onder. And while we do, there are various parts of Thalios that Thrain benefits from. The citizenry would benefit the most from our co-sovereignty. With that, Arala stands up. The nation of Onder agrees to your. Oh my goodness, I just had it in my head. Agrees to your agreement. Proposal. Thank you. The nation of Onder agrees to your proposal, and we appreciate a new pair of allies from what was once our enemy in these dark times. The cardinals still muttering to themselves, have quieted down. As you hear to all your rights, the dwarf seems to chuckle.
The one sitting next to the queen?
Standing like behind her.
Oh.
Anybody with history would also now realize that the woman with blonde hair and gray eyes is Diani Earwinnar.
Your sister?
No, Diani is the queen of Thrain, but she is a blood regent and has no real power because Jayla is the one with all the power due to it being a theocracy.
These are words.
What does
So-
that mean?
It means that she's queen in looks only. It has no real power.
She's just the public face.
Oh.
Jayla is the actual de facto leader, as
Okay.
the voice of the flame. Due
She's
to
just
it
like a
being-
stand-in.
Because it is, it's a monarchy.
It was a monarchy that turned into a theocracy.
What made it change?
People of Thrain wanted to become a theocracy.
Interesting.
They agreed to, it wasn't like a vote.
It's a theocracy.
It's a country that's their primary focus is religion.
Vote
Okay.
based on
I don't know.
It's like if we don't separate church and state.
will become a
Ah.
So, what we do already.
We're on the
We seem to be heading that way, but that's not for this stream.
That's a different campaign.
Yeah, that's a different campaign.
That's
Take
a
that
real
one.
life
That's real life.
campaign.
It's the real life campaign. We don't level up.
Nice. With the alliance now resolved, we look to you now, Stephen, as he looks over all of you. I would ask that you tell all the members in attendance of your part in the morning of Sharn.
No.
Damn.
This is where it
You want us
happens.
to all get arrested at the same time and burned at the stake?
What happened in Sharn? Why was the second morning? Why this second morning occurred? I know you've told me most of the stories, but I believe all of the details that you wanted to. But if we're going to have the full might of two nations fighting in this war, they need to understand the stakes. So, would anybody like to volunteer the first part of your story?
I would, but I don't like in real life. I don't fucking
All right.
See, what had happened was.
Some bullshit.
Yeah. Really.
You don't have to go detail by detail. You can just point out the important
Like,
stuff.
how far do they want us to
Just
go back?
recount the events.
The important stuff.
Yeah.
Important stuff.
Yeah, they're not asking you what happened immediately after you left Wrath Keep, but just about the moon, the sickness.
Oh.
Everything.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So we all got involved in that.
And there are summaries if you want to look at those.
That's literally
Oh my god. How far back do we need to go?
Yes.
I mean, fucking 20 episodes.
Oh my gosh.
We started back up in June, July.
So, if Emma recounts any of this, she's gonna be like very like somber
Yes.
and like sad and like a little bit like hesitant on reliving everything. But she'll explain how the group was like researching several different avenues in Sharn, and that one of them was like the odd smoky, cloudy liquid that was coming into Sharn.
Which we never really truly figured out where that was coming from, did we?
It was coming from the Arun stone.
Yeah.
The stone.
And then she'll talk about how, like, the Sharn sickness or whatever they started calling it, and how it had started happening, like, when the water had become, like, tainted and stuff.
I will say the sickness was also occurring before the water.
Was it? Okay.
But in a much less powerful degree.
Mm.
The water seemed to what catalyze it spreading. So,
And
catalyze it
then
there.
that we slowly discovered it had to do with the phases in the moon. That had to do with Sephiros, and that's that it would would you say amplify whenever it was a new moon?
Exactly. Whenever it was becoming a new moon, it would increase
Mhm.
and then decrease as it became a full moon.
And then once we discovered this, we actually met with a guy named Odium who came up to us from the sewers and explained that he had multiple concubines and he was the breeder or whatever the fuck his
The
name
ultimate
is.
evil.
No, before
The
that,
breeder of
we
ultimate
boarded
evil.
the airship.
Hmm?
So before that, we boarded the airship.
The Prima Vista.
The Prima
Prima
Vista.
Vista.
Where the princess
Really came
of
out the sewer to tell us he was under
Breland
fucking.
was sacrificed in the name of Lady Calderis, who we learned was one of Odium's concubines. And then when we looked into her, we figured out that she was betrayed by Sharn so many years ago. And that he had multiple concubines and they were to give birth to like the ultimate evil. Right?
So this odium started the original morning as well.
Yes, from what we
It would
understand.
seem so from what we understand.
Like,
And we tried to defeat him. He seemed to be some eldritch being. We were unsuccessful in such, and he gave us a deadline.
we were saved by Drago.
We were saved by Caldor Drago.
And not even Caldor Draco could stop this thing.
No.
No. He gave us a deadline to fight said concubine and told us from here he would be to the west where his other concubine was. We're assuming he's in Drome.
Drone.
That was directly west of Breland.
And he said, I don't know if he said this or if his concubine said this, the draconic prophecy will see me succeed.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Hold on. And we looked into this concubine that he spoke of. Supposedly, we heard names that along the lines of the Lady of Plague. She had a consort with the Mark of Death, caused Sharn's first fall back in the day. The words psychic vampire were associated with her. She had a lover at some point named Halas Tarkanin.
The Mark of Death.
When they released their apparent dragon marks, which caused the first fall in Sire, or not in Sire, in Sharn. And then we did our best to ready ourselves and conclude any of our investigations before our deadline and went to face her in the sewers. Does anyone want to pick up from there? Or do you want me to just keep going? In the sewers, we were met with more like vampire. I don't know why I wanted to call them saplings. Spawn. I was thinking of like something small. I don't know. We ran into people that were like helping the resistance against all these monsters that were coming from the sewers, seemingly out of nowhere. And then we finally met with this Lady Calderis. At first, she appeared to us as like a normal woman. We ensued with battle, but then took on an even darker form, which seemed to be her true form.
With Dragon Kalis.
And she had Lady Kalis, who we had learned was a silver dragon of the chamber.
That gets a lot of murmurs out of everybody.
Piece of pepper.
Yeah, Kalis actually helped us look into the radiant idols in our previous investigations, and we were able to take one down with her wisdom and guidance. Unfortunately, like, we did our best to save Kalis.
But we thought we defeated Lady Calderas. Turns out
We
that
were
was part of her
tricked.
plan.
Yeah.
That she was the sacrifice that caused the war.
And then, as she was dying, Siphoros dropped some kind of black yolk into her, and that's what caused the mourning.
Yeah, the black liquid.
Just, I mean, she's still alive or she dead?
Lady Calderas?
We don't know.
You don't know,
Yeah.
but it seems that her death was a part of the ritual. But there's only one way for you to really find out. Bless you.
Let's go back.
So with that, various things are discussed amongst this meeting, amongst the cardinals, the queens. One of the cardinals brings up that Siphoros and Olaroon, Siphoros will be a new moon, and Olaroon will be a full moon during the Night of Long Shadows, which all of you would know that during the Night of Long Shadows takes place at the end of the year. Specifically, this is the year 999.
So they think it's a big deal.
And you would all remember that Odium told you had till the end of the year to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did not write that down.
Fulgrim would then ask, do any of you have any ideas what this next concubine is?
Well, he went to the west to find his third concubine.
Yes.
There's a pregnant woman in Sire who is his first concubine. I would assume Lady Calderas was the second one.
I would agree with that assumption.
I can't think of anyone that's of importance or anyone that we've met that's from Drone.
The witches. The hags from
The three hags. The
daughters-
trio of night hags.
The daughters of Sorakel?
But we already agreed like that if they were the concubines, then Calderas and the other one have been pregnant.
No, not them, but their benefactor. I guess who told them to go to that event.
They were
Yeah.
from Drone.
Or were they?
They were from Drome.
Yeah.
And they also told you not to go to Drome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They threatened us.
You, Skrelia, would remember that they got there on their own accord.
Yep.
You would hear one of the cardinals ask, so do we believe one of these sisters is the next concubine?
No.
No.
No, that's the.
Is there supposed to be a fourth one? Or is the
It's just 3 concubines. We
for
have
each
Three-
trimester,
three
right?
trimesters.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm assuming the third one he said was in the west.
But we don't know anyone.
Could one of those sisters be the concubine?
Maybe. I mean, we're not entirely sure. He just said if there is a third concubine to the west, his daughter was Kyber or something like that. Didn't he?
He did say that.
Okay.
That would lead everybody. The room would suddenly become very silent.
Were you waiting for me to say that? Oh, okay. I was like,
I'm sorry. This Odium created Kyber.
Yeah, he claims that they're his daughter.
Kyber was the dragon that was sealed, right? In the depths of the
and
earth.
killed Cybirus.
Yeah.
Where Cybirus was considered the good dragon, Eberron the middle material dragon, and Kyber the evil below dragon.
That's what he
That
claims.
speaks to the power of this being that all of you fought, and the fact that you came out alive is even more impressive.
I think he just wanted us to keep us alive to play a game with us.
Mhm.
Honestly.
That arrogance will be his undoing. I will say, the daughters of Sorakel are the leaders of Drome. We've had
The three hags.
the three hags. They created the nation of Drome from the various monstrous, and I use that term in a very figurative stance, the various monstrous races of Drome. They united them under the banners of the daughters of Sorakel. They've put a lot of time and effort into creating that nation. I doubt they would want to see it destroyed by some far realm Eldritch being.
So it can't be one of them. Then they wouldn't have targeted.
It would not match their. I almost spoke Latin. It would not. No, that's Latin. It would not match their goals. There is a dead language in Eberron. It's Orcish. So,
Okay.
right?
God damn.
And racist. Regardless,
So we need to find this mystery woman in the west.
or catch Odium before he finds her. The question remains, though, how are you going to stop Odium? How are we going to stop
I was
Odium?
about to say,
Should we maybe partner with them then? The three hags.
They're incredibly powerful.
They were very close to us last time.
what are they looking for again?
Nice stone.
They wanted that stone, but when they found out it was cracked, they were like,
Unless we could fix it.
disappointed.
They weren't disappointed, right?
They were.
they were.
They
I
were.
thought they wanted it cracked.
No, they
No.
wanted it whole.
As soon as they saw it crack, they dipped.
In my time away in Star Song Hill, I did reach out to some gatekeepers in the shadow marches. In the shadow marches, and I did request their assistance in helping find Odium. I'm curious if the fellow members of like my sect would help us in this endeavor.
That's reassuring to hear. The gatekeepers are a powerful force in the world. Okay. I will also say that the Silver Flame itself has clashed with the daughters of Sorakel. We were originally trying to establish a base of operations known as Brightstone Keep in the nation of Drome. This Brightstone Keep was ransacked by the I believe it's the younger daughter of the three Kells. She this keep that we had found was filled with dormant gargoyles, and she woke them all and convinced them to fight the Templars and Friars that we had stationed at the keep. It was a massacre and drove out our primary establishing foothold in Drome. That being said, there were a few of those gargoyles who had actually been brought to the light by the various friars and their singing and religious ceremonies, and actually helped them, the friars, escape Brightstone Keep. They're now known as Winged Weirds. And you've probably passed by a few of them, as there have been various gargoyles scattered around this cathedral. I would suggest trying to talk to one of them. Maybe they can help you find some kind of
The gargoyles?
one of the gargoyles. Winged Weirds.
So they denounced the word gargoyle.
They called them. We called them Winged Weirds, and they took up that title. They're a very blunt peoples.
Perfect for you.
Love it.
I was just talking to one of them and seeing if there's any kind of inn that you can use in order to enter Drome. But that still leaves the matter of travel, as
We're pretty far.
we're incredibly far, and all the lightning rails to Drome have since been And then, almost on cue, Himiko throws open the door. I have been attempting to draw her in her new getup. It's not done yet, but I just kind of want to give you all an idea of what she's looking like.
Cute.
Hell yeah.
You can kind of fill in the blanks from there.
No.
What do you say?
I'll kill you.
I might actually have an answer to that, Fulgrim, as she enters and puts her arms down at the end of the table. I am Himiko de Orion, and I am the one that created the Sky Rail, along with my father, Daluk. At that, Arala.
What did he do? Oh my god.
Arala will kind of like gasp. So you finally figured it out, flying. We did, my queen. Queen. The Sky Rail is able to fly, able to match Lyrandar's airships, except for one critical weakness. It can still only fly over lightning pylons. The lightning pylons are the rails, essentially. I can travel through the Sky Rail, through the skies of Corvair, so long as I have pylons under the Sky Rail. But I have been in contact with various House Cannith heirs, and ever since this Sharn morning, they have revealed to me some of their secrets whenever it came to the morning in Sire. Sire, as all of you know, was the nation that was previously where the Morlands now are. They created the Colossi, the largest warforge ever created. Gargantuan war machines, able to burn countrysides from their mouths, gargantuan swords. Yours was a collapsed prototype of a Colossi. See?
He's my son.
Silver
He's still in Dale Surveil, just chilling. At least last you heard of him. Of these colossi, one was created to be the greatest and most powerful of them all. House Cannith called him Landros, and he was deployed on the day of mourning.
The recent one?
No,
Oh,
the first one in Sire.
You said Landros?
Landros, Landros, was designed to counteract the Breland Thrain offensive that was attacking Sire at the end of the war. And Fulgrim will kind of nod along as he remembers. We had dedicated 14,000 men to that offensive. All of them wiped out due to the mourning.
Jesus Christ.
Landros was teleported into the side of a mountain during that fateful day. It is assumed all the crew were killed, but through various divination means, not divination, what is it where you're able to spy on people scrying? While the pictures are fuzzy, and she'll kind of use thaumaturgy and create a picture in front of all of you, there are various colossi scattered throughout the Moorlands. No. And then this was the last known description of Landros.
Oh my gosh.
Temple's dead.
Is that Blitzkrieg?
No.
I'm kidding.
Looks like a mech.
Bioshock?
Get
the
the
one,
mix in, G.
the one true defender of Matanui.
House Cannith revealed to me that what made Landros so powerful was the sheer size and the fact that they had a mysterious artifact that could reverse gravity, allowing him to wield far heavier armaments while being faster than most colossi. It is believed that whatever this mysterious artifact is currently preventing further investigations into where Landros is.
You said it could defy gravity?
It had anti-gravitational effects. the crew members could float to and from one side to the other of Landros in a matter of minutes.
How many people were in Landros?
A typical colossi took about 12 people to man, including various house heirs to help control the weaponry, control movement, and control the docent that controlled it. The docent, excuse me. Landros was estimated to have about 75 people manning him.
What? That thing is huge.
Yes. No drill though. I intend to help, with the help of Steam here, to find this artifact and install it into the sky rail.
The anti-gravity artifact.
Yes, with its help, as an eldritch machine and powered by my father's heart, we should be able to fly anywhere in Eberron.
You know we'll help you.
Thank you.
Let's do it.
So we have to find Landros.
Fulgrim will lean back. I like where this plan is going, but you said it's unable to be found through divination magic. How do you plan on finding this relatively large needle in a deadly haystack? At that, Himiko will make another figure, and I don't have a picture of it, but this is a docent, and you'll see basically think of it as a mercurial ball with various dragon shard crystals embedded in it.
Oh, what?
A mercurial ball, so
No,
like a big silver ball.
What is the name of it?
A D-O-C-E-N-T, docent,
A docent?
or docent.
Okay.
These were used to control the colossi. It is believed that if you can find a docent, you should be able to convince it. That's right, docents are living beings. They were originally found in Zindric, the land of the giants. You should be able to attune it to the magic of the Mournlands and help it find the larger docent that is in Landros.
Okay.
Inside Landros is what's known as the Gray Matter Engine, which is an eldritch machine that was used to pilot Landros. And it is powered by this artifact that they found. So with that, we'll leave for your keep tomorrow. And then from your keep, we will proceed to the Mournlands. And I will fill you in on the rest of my plan with Redifest. Yeah, you saying we wouldn't be there for a while is just like,
Well,
I get to get my charm. So we're okay. So to reiterate and to make sure I know what's going on, we're going to be traveling to the Mournlands, right? Because in the Mournlands is Landros, this giant mech.
In the side of a mountain.
On the side of he was teleported to the side of a mountain. We don't know where.
it's known as Iron Rot Mountain.
Iron Rock Mountain.
Rot.
Iron Rot Mountain.
like something's rotting.
Yeah.
The myth is
Yes. So in this Landros is a gray
Artifact.
matter engine. You said.
Yes. An eldritch machine.
Yes, and in this gray matter engine is the rock,
Artifact.
the artifact. The what? Yeah, it's the artifact. So to find the artifact, we have to find that little thing.
Docent to help you find Landros.
Yes, a docent to help us find Landros. Got it.
See, finding Landros wouldn't necessarily be hard, but moving through the Mournlands, it's a magical, it's, chaotic, magical, dangerous. What was once 3 miles can shift into 6 miles. So
Huh.
having a docent,
Into the Morphland.
Yeah.
That's
Not many people come out of the Mournlands.
yay.
Sounds like the perfect job for Steve.
you're the only ones powerful enough, not distracted by an army to do this.
And crazy.
Are we powerful enough?
Everyone's powerful enough and willing to do whatever it takes, I guess.
Us?
Yeah. Oh, Fulgrim's right there.
I have an army to manage.
Ugh.
To ensure that Karnath and other nations try not to invade Thrain.
What?
It's just me.
Oh yeah, so on top of this, we're worried about Karnath, the Talenta Plains, and the Mirror Holds joining together to fight against us.
Karnath and the Talentia Plains are currently fighting.
They're fighting each other.
Yeah. Karnath is trying, because Karnath is a bitch.
Why? Wait.
As a
Can we
continent
back
or
up for a little
country,
bit?
whatever.
Why is Karnath scared all of a sudden?
They're not scared. They're just like violence.
They're trying to take advantage of it.
Of the ruckus that's happening.
They
right now.
literally are just like a war country. That's just what they do.
So they're just like everyone's in distress. Now's the time to get more country.
Exactly.
They kind of are like North Korea.
Oh, so they're trying to take over the Talents of Flames.
Yes.
And so Aryan will kind of speak up here. It's every Irwarnarn's dream to recreate the lands of Galifar and rule over Corvair.
Oh.
It is not surprising me that Caius III is attempting to reunite all of Corvair, despite
Fuck that guy.
despite yet another nation being completely wiped out by this war.
That's all they're good for.
And so,
anyways.
where do the holds? What do the holds have to do with them two fighting?
The More Holds are the capital of the various dwarves of Corvair. Why are you interested in them?
I thought you said in the beginning, all three of them had something to do with it. No, it's just those two.
It's just those two. But you would know that Bryles is the More Holds is what she pointed the two of you towards for prisoner D14.
Well, we have to wait till she gets back to us.
Yeah.
So, unless there's anything else to address, this meeting will be adjourned. Steam, you know what your objectives are. Get flying, and then follow Odium to the ends of Eberron. We will hold the fort down here, and then once we've solidified the defenses of Thrain,
Oh, okay.
Well,
okay.
we'll see what you all find. And if you need additional support, it might be, that's right, Johanna and I that support you. Johanna, would you please bring out the Elder Scroll? As Johanna's like, oh, you almost forgot about it. She rings it open, and Fulgrim kind of looks over it. I was told, Malachite, that this was a dragon-marked prophecy that you told.
Oh, I forgot to ask for that from Mr. What's the dead guy's name?
Caldor
Caldor
Drago?
Drago.
What's
the dead guy's name?
Caldor
Jesus
Drago.
Christ.
I forgot. I had forgotten Caldor Drago mentioned something.
Yes, he was, Johanna speaks it. He was the one that realized that you had some kind of prophecy, but he entrusted the Elder Scroll to me. And I kept it on me, and I brought it here to Thrain while we were evacuating. It entailed releasing the voice in the flame, and how that required 3 champions. The voice in the flame, as all of you may or may not know, is known as Belshalor, and he's known as the voice in the flame due to his beguiling influence of those who believe in the silver flame. He talks to them much like the keeper of the flame talks to the silver flame, and convinces them that to do monstrous acts, that the silver flame is the one talking to them.
Can you repeat his name?
Bel Shalor, so BEL space SHALOR.
And he's bad.
He is an overlord of Eberron, from the Age of Demons. If he were to be released, like he almost was, it would be a cataclysm. But he was stopped by Tira Moran, who sealed him along with a Quaddle inside of a dragon shard that is below us to this day. As you'll see, like Fulgrim and Johanna both make this salute to the silver flame, and Jayla and Don Diani also kind of make this little bow.
So he poses as the voice of the silver flame
Exactly.
and corrupts people.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Releasing him would be terrible, and it's confusing why the prophecy would discuss releasing him, which your prophecy did. And Fulgrim will then speak up. Additionally, there are only 2 champions of the Silver Flame. But
Which are?
he looks to him, Johanna.
oh, the third one's dead, right?
The second one is Johanna here now. There's not been
So was Caldor Drago Fulgrim.
we still don't know who this
Who
third
the third
champion
hero
is. That being said, the Silver Forge did create another weapon, a bow, which all of you may know is a national pastime here in Thrain, and is the symbol, a arrowhead of the Silver Flame. In your travels, if you hear word of some kind of powerful being that uses Silver Flame, that might be your in. Our third champion.
to release?
That's the question. Why would we release Bill Shalor? I would love to have a third champion, but
So the third champion uses a bow?
the Silver Flame created an artifact for this champion, and
Oh.
it is a bow. It's a weird bow. It can break in two and be used as a blade, and then reforged and used as a bow.
That's fucking badass.
That's cool as hell. I want that.
It's badass. You may not have it. You are not a chosen one. I'm sorry. You're not
So-
chosen of the Silver Flame.
So we find the third champion.
If you are able to.
We,
Or if you hear even word of it, please let Johanna and I know.
we gather the three champions. We release this guy, and you're supposedly supposed to end their life, kill it.
We might be able to do that with the three artifacts.
What do we
But-
know about the third person?
Nothing. Just they might use a bow and arrow.
Just
No.
that there is a third person, and that the Silver Flame has bestowed upon them a bow.
So yeah, if it's just somebody that
Is a strong silver
strong
flame person.
silver flame and may have a bow that splits into two.
Australia.
You know anything?
Roll for religion.
Didn't say roll for
Roll for
Made the
religion.
decision.
I'm gonna try.
Oh, I was more so insinuating that it was Australia.
25.
You could think of a lot of worthy people in the Demon Wastes, but
It'd be too many.
the real kicker is though is that the Gosh Kala of the Demon Wastes don't use bow and arrows.
So this third person would be in the demon waste.
Just Skrillia was thinking about
Mhm.
worthy people.
But she was
But-
from the demon waste.
She's from the Demon Wastes,
Oh.
and not only that, the Gosh Kala, the orcs that follow the Binding Flame, they're not big on bow and arrows. They're big on spears and great
So
swords.
Is there anywhere that we can think of where they're big on using bow and arrows?
Except from here.
Anywhere.
You are in the nation of bow and
Yeah,
arrows.
this is it. This is it.
Damn.
Again,
Okay.
I was not asking all
Back,
of
we're
you.
only saying.
I was merely saying if you hear word of it.
Oh well, it sounds like an interesting thing to do.
I could ask
We can throw it in that
my
pile of
underlings
things to do.
to
Pile of
look
things.
into it. In the
In your
library.
library.
Yeah.
Go over. I had 3 pages of notes. I usually only have half, so I want to make sure I didn't miss it. Yep. Okay. So with that, the meeting will adjourn.
Meeting.
Not meeting.
Ashton's meat.
Hey, hey.
Sorry about your meeting
No,
adjourned.
his Pinterest.
I'll show you the
His
picture.
Pinterest sent him a really weird notification.
That should make me so fucking like crack up
Shows
this
you,
morning.
Sterling, I'll show you Sterish.
Where did you send it?
It's just like, yep, Pinterest.
Yeah, me.
It's me.
That's all it said.
Where did you even send that?
Funny teens.
Oh, was it Funny Teens?
Yeah.
Also, this is us.
Huge materials. Yeah, yeah, we do. We are a team, damn it.
Oh, Warframe.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gotta get into it. Like,
We are. It's just we haven't.
if I see you jump on Warframe whenever I'm like off, I will definitely join y'all.
Oh, okay, that sounds good.
I like joining just to do missions and fight.
It's a lot. It's only gotten better. It's crazy.
I'll just join the voice chat and piss you off.
You already do that.
I can stream and
You
you
already
can
do
watch and be confused.
Not in games. though.
Lovely. Oh, she's
Ooh.
sleeping.
She's getting that EP pose.
Girl.
She's so cute.
Your little
So-
raccoon tail.
Full. Himiko will kind of approach all of you, and with her new. It's not fur. It's like it's kind of like fur. What's that like coat? It's also like it's like a conductor's coat, definitely designed for war. As she approaches all of you, I saw Bryles, by the way, whenever she visited you the other day. She was very miffed about whatever you talked to her
Are you
about.
still at the table?
Yeah, we're still. Yeah, but people are like leaving.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
like people are just meandering out.
No, she's just chatting.
Yeah, she's just chatting with both of you. Fulgrim would be hearing this if you
That's
are
fine.
absolutely
Wait,
worried
be
about
good.
it.
Maybe they know
Yeah,
something.
maybe they know something.
She got very upset about asking about a prisoner.
Hmm. Did she tell you about the more holds? Okay. Yes. Just so we're clear, and let me just think about this real fast. Known as the home of the dwarves, and
Why are you giggling?
Just laughing.
He's delirious.
Oh no, we're losing him.
specifically, she didn't tell you about the Dreadhold.
The
The
what?
what?
The Dreadhold.
We tried asking questions and she was just not having it.
I see.
The moment she mentioned who
She had
this
a
was from.
beautiful golem, like she did, but she was about to ready to have it just blast off. So
I don't know if they
Y'all
were
met
really
with
nice.
Bree?
Huh?
Y'all met with Bree?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we didn't tell him. Yeah,
And she took the golem?
she sure did. It was new and improved.
She got
Isn't
like
that
a nice,
golden?
wasn't it that she got like a nice little promotion
She
for
did.
our work?
She got a promotion.
I expect nothing less from such a bothersome person.
Wait, isn't Himiko her friend?
acquaintance.
Oh, okay.
But no, you should all know the Dreadhold is House Kenneth's, not House Kenneth, House Kundarak's like most well-known secret. It holds some of the worst prisoners in Corvair.
I think that's one of the
Oh, the
prisoners.
Dreadhold. There
Well,
it is. The tiny island.
she told us this prisoner was, they were simply told to escort him there, no questions asked. He was apparently one of the,
By Karnath, right?
no, it wasn't Brad, it was whoever the fuck.
By Karnath.
Was
Yeah,
it Brad?
It was by
Karnath.
Caius, right?
Yeah, by Caius, yeah.
Yeah, Caius had requested them.
No questions asked.
And it
Because-
was successful.
And don't forget that it's built inside of a manifest zone, a Lamania manifest zone, which Emma, you would know that as the Twilight Forest, which is basically where the Feywilds is, you know, this magical foresty realm. The Twilight Forest is a plane of raw, unbound nature. Think of it as like giant deer and apex predators constantly fighting. Just you know,
And that's where
that
The prison is.
there's this there's a manifest zone inside of it, built inside of it.
inside of the prison.
I'm assuming it's to keep people out and keep people in.
Exactly.
What's the prison called?
It's called the Dreadhold.
It's, I'll show you.
Dreadhold?
It's
Yep.
right here.
Yep. It's to the north in the Lazar Principalities.
Yeah,
It's like Azkaban. Azkaban?
no.
From
you're-
Harry Potter?
you're-
No,
you-
not Harry Potter.
Rikers Island.
Yes, but
Rikers
what's the one in California?
Oh,
Fucking-
Oh,
Alcatraz.
fucking
I almost
Alcatraz.
had it. Yeah, you know, with Sean Connery.
So
And,
it's like
Nicolas Cage.
Alcatraz.
It's like Alcatraz, except magical. So-
Alcatraz.
In the
Azkaban.
Twilight Forest.
Oh, lovely. I would love to go there.
Lamont.
Lamania Manifesto.
It's incredibly well kept. And
Do they take visitors?
no,
She told us.
I don't know what she has planned, but you can't just waltz in there. You have to have a reason to.
That's what she was going to do, and she said she could.
She
Yeah,
said she was
just
gonna
sneak
get
in.
you guys costumes.
Yeah.
You're like gonna go undercover.
We have to
This
sneak
is
in.
not Emma saying that.
We
This
should
is
not
just
be
me.
saying that part.
Oh, yeah. She said she'd find her way to get us in.
Well, I'll keep in touch with her, so that way, whenever she finds out something, assuming our venture with the Sky Rail pans out, I'll be able to get you to the more holds without real issue.
Do you know anything about the prisoners that are being held there?
Not at all.
Neither would Fulgrim, right?
I stay out of
Carnat's business.
and Dragon Marked House's business. They don't like people that match their strengths. So,
Does Dragonmark House? Which Dragonmark is it?
Kundera, which is the mark of holding.
Can you stop?
Makes sense. Prison banks.
And Banksy.
Yeah, yeah.
It was odd though. I showed her my father, and it seemed to it did it calmed her down, but not in a relaxing way. As it kind of it took the piss out of her, so to speak. It, as you may know, we used a Sibirus crystal to create the heart. Sibirus crystals, as Malachite you may know, are typically used to enhance Dragonmarked abilities. All the Dragonmark houses use it in magical items to enhance their abilities, essentially. What my father and I found out is that that connection can be reversed. A Dragonmarked heir can enhance the abilities of the Dragon Shard. And so by giving his life to the Dragon Shard, he made it more powerful. By making the Dragon Shard more powerful, we're able to now fly using the Sky Rail. And, making the Sky Rail lighter, and so on and so forth. She talked about how she had been given a crystal by all of you. And couldn't figure out what to do with it. But seeing my father's heart, the mark of traveling dragon shard, Sibirus dragon shard, seemed to inspire her. So I don't know what that entails, but
So she hasn't used it yet.
I would imagine she studied it.
I never wanted to give it to her in the beginning.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it was her and her houses. But I can only imagine what a mark of holding Siberius Dragonmark could hold. I'm going to make an Arcana check for Himiko. And I have to wonder this. I don't know if all of you are fully aware of various Dragonmark's capabilities, but Eberron Dragonmarks, which are typically used in magical items. And then there are Kyber Dragon Shards. Does anybody know what Kyber Dragon Shards do?
Didn't you
I
get
have
one
one.
from that lady?
I have one.
They bind things,
Mhm.
much like how it was bound in the earth.
And hers is a Kyber Dragonmark?
It was a Sibirus one. But could a Sibirus Dragon Shard and a Kyber Dragon Shard
Meld together.
be forced to cooperate?
Do you know of anyone that's been able to do that before?
No.
Maybe that's what she's trying to do.
It's
Pass the boat.
conjecture on my part, but well, keep that in mind in your adventures. Don't trust Bryles. Trust her abilities, though. They're very real. She's one of the best.
You can't trust a cop, but they got a gun.
One of the best of House Kundarek.
That's a big nuisance.
With that, Himiko and Fulgrim and all of you will kind of have lunch together.
Yay.
Jayla
Sandwiches.
will serve all of you. As you see Scar kind of just, sous chefing it up, running back and forth. And just talk about, the weather, the small talk. Let's not talk about our homes.
Well, our home is fine. For the most part.
That's good. I hope you don't mind as she kind of cuts into the sandwich and eats it. I'm planning on having a House Orion outpost built at Wrath Keep. It'll come out of my funds, of course, but I figured we need some place to keep the Sky Rail at your
Build a
place.
hangar.
A port, yes.
Well, people
Sounds great.
coming in all the time, like random.
They could, but no, it'd mainly be for our use.
Oh, for the
Oh.
employees.
For me to fly the Sky Rail with all of you on board.
Oh,
Himiko saying this?
Yes.
Would you like a room?
One's built into the.
She's already got a room.
Timple's like, I sleep on the
I'm
couch.
surprised Simple hasn't said anything to her.
He's too sad right now.
Yeah, he's still ED.
E-E?
D.
D-E? Digital Extremes?
Got Warframe on the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with it.
I appreciate that.
You have a problem with it, Temple?
I already said it. Sounds great. Said it while everybody was talking.
All right. So, with that, the day will come to an end, and as morning approaches, in the House Orion warehouse, Himiko will be waiting for all of you as the sky rail is warming up. Fulgrim and Jayla will kind of escort all of you to the sky rail as the various peoples of Throne,
Jesus, what is wrong with you?
Nothing.
or at least the ones early enough to wake up that morning,
People are aware of your surroundings.
No.
kind of throw various, flowers on your paths and are wishing you good luck and hoping that whatever your quest comes to, that it'll end in your triumph. As they kind of celebrating your, celebrating your departure and
Finally, getting rid of these guys.
future victory.
Our future heroes. Technically, we are. Not all heroes succeed, though.
All right.
Okay, for a out of 100% success rate, I'd say we're sitting kind of like at 90 right now, and I think that's pretty great.
You think losing an entire city plus some is a 10%?
Yeah, compared to everything else we did.
I was thinking 70, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still passing.
I mean, in the last mission, we saved the entire world.
Exactly.
We did fight an entire war.
We did fight a fucking what's it called?
Avatar of Tiamat.
Fulgrim helped.
Well,
He actually
Okay.
took him out. We didn't actually.
we
fight
were still
Tiamat.
there.
Oh, it's like experience share on Pokemon.
Oh yeah, exactly. Screlly and I died.
Yeah.
That happened.
Ezra's died twice.
Mhm.
The second time was like story related. The first time
It
not
was
so
that.
much.
Did Sterling say you died?
Yeah.
Say you died twice.
No, I mean the first time Ezra didn't die. I was still rolling for death saves. The second time they
It was a
they
story.
died
So you died once.
officially.
I don't think anyone else has died officially.
I've been the only one.
Did you die?
No.
We mean like officially, like I lost all my death saves
Oh.
technically because this motherfucker shot me 3 times.
You didn't have to do
He wanted to, though.
Well, maybe you should have.
That bullshit just reminds me of like when an older sibling leaves a younger sibling and the younger sibling gets mad at them instead of their mom for beating the shit out of them. It's like, you left me. Okay, what was I gonna do? Be mad. What'd you say fuck me for? Get good name.
If one person did it, you could just leave. I don't know.
He's probably manipulated to the point.
I don't care. You
I'm
could
just
just
saying.
brainwashed.
He's definitely brainwashed. Sterling's face.
I mean, that's kind of what I was going for. So,
It's definitely brainwashed.
he was, literally used like
He has Stockholm
charm.
syndrome,
He
dude.
does.
They, Lady
Morana.
Morana, almost had it. Used charm magic, friend magic, mind control magic on this guy for years.
Yeah.
So,
Ezra didn't get it for that one. Ezra got more of the physical.
yeah, it was more physical on Ezra.
You go
And
beat.
she was like, clearly that one didn't work, so
Let's try this again.
now I gotta mind fuck this
Take
child.
Okay. So, Shit, how far away is Flamekeep from the Elsier Vale?
I thought you said they were close.
I mean, they are in terms of the grand scheme of things. It's closer than Sharn is.
Sharn's
Wait, where are we right now?
3.
Right here. You all need to get right here.
What's the town we're in called?
We are in
Like
Flamekeep. It is right there. Oh no.
Oh, it's right here.
Yeah.
The capital.
Yeah. And then we gotta go down to where?
Elsier Vale is right here.
Okay.
I wrote it down and everything. Right, lovely cat?
I don't see
And
it.
She's so
we
cute.
gotta go. We gotta go here somewhere.
By my estimates, it takes about 3 days.
We get to just chill for 3 days. Hopefully.
How far away is the end of the year?
It is. It's basically February, so
Oh,
Right now?
yeah, it's Olaroon the
Oh, we reached the new year.
28th. It's been the new year, so it's technically like the first week of March.
Oh, so we have like
You have
9
9 months.
9 months, yeah. That's not a lot, really.
we're gonna fly through it.
Yeah. So when's everyone's
Touch on this
birthdays?
stuff.
I actually think I did write that down.
Trading
I did
touch.
too.
Actually.
Somebody roll a d20.
Zeke, you're too quick for that.
12.
It's a d20.
I did get
It
this for
is-
birthday. What?
I think his is December.
Mine
December doesn't exist in this world.
Shut
The
up.
last month of the year. Continue.
Okay.
It is thankfully a uneventful trip. As you fly over the northern part of the Elsier Vale, you see Starsong Hill and the giant tree in the middle of it, before finally flying over the Witchwood, where Wrath Keep is, and you see the various construction projects currently underway. As dozens of people of various races are helping with construction, and Himiko just kind of slows down and then comes to a halt just right over Wrath Keep, and she'll kind of enter into the cabin, the passenger's cabin, and says, "Well, we have arrived. I hope it was a smooth trip for all of you." And she'll open the side door, and you're up about 60. You're about 60 feet above Wrath Keep, and she kind of kicks over this ladder and kicks Temple out.
Trips us.
She lets down this ladder that pretty much lands right on top of where one of the balconies are, and says,
Real quick, your other shoe is all the way over here.
How the hell did that happen? Why is my shoe over there?
Oh my god!
Who fucking took my shoe?
Do we fucking get serious?
No, we get silly.
Fuck you.
I get the feeling that was Ish.
I was laughing earlier.
That's why you were
Fucking
giggling.
jackass!
I was laughing and doing it at the same
At the
time.
same time. I thought you would look down and see him.
You
'cause
noticed it?
I saw him doing it and I was like,
No, this covers his feet,
Oh.
so I can't see his feet.
"Wow, wow."
You?
I lost my train of thought.
On top of
she
the king.
keeps
she's
rolling the ladder out.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do y'all get down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just gonna jump.
Ezra
Once we
pushed
get
the
to-
door there.
You look
60
around.
foot for like straight drop.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, guys.
And that's
Are
how
you
we
looking for it?
I just want to see him and the doctor there.
You wouldn't see him immediately. Like I said, you see various construction, workers working on expanding various things, and seems to be building some kind of tower that will eventually become the sky dock. That the
She has to work
Who
real
are
quick.
you looking for?
Jor.
Jor, that's right.
If I don't see him, I want to go see Gamwich.
We left Gamma here. Oh, yeah, we did.
Dead, nobody.
Stop!
I can change that.
Stop!
Zombie horse? Come
Yeah,
on.
did we leave anyone in charge of camp?
I'm assuming your people.
Jor was was keeping an eye on everything.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we had
so-
him watch.
Remember
No
we
dead
paid him
horse.
already too.
Oh, that reminds me.
Give him like 3 gold.
I'm gonna give him like 10.
Emma, you have 2 points of inspiration.
I do?
Yep.
What did I do?
You did good during the meeting.
Yay!
Oh, you recalled everything.
Now I have 2
'cause
points
you got
of
all the
inspiration.
Yeah.
Remember, it maxes out at 2.
Okay.
You were gonna give her 3, I think.
She has.
I already had one.
So you would have had 3 points too.
Oh, I didn't think you had any. I'm sorry. Oh well.
I already had one.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
forget what I got the first one for. I think I figured something out, and you were like, "Good job."
Yeah,
You
mine's
need to
highlighted,
spin
and I
that
don't
shit.
remember.
Yeah, I do.
I
was
have one
horrible
too, but
with-
I don't know from what either.
I'm sure I
When
have one.
can I
Oh,
use
way
them?
back
Just
when.
to like
I
reroll?
remember.
Yeah, you can reroll any d20.
It was
Okay.
from guessing the magical item that
Yeah.
Al had.
Yes. Well, that your investigation of what he was doing.
Yeah. I was like, it's a magical item.
Yeah.
Mine's from like before Ash joined.
Forever ago.
Damn, you
I
just
never-
never used it.
I forget I had it because it just highlights your
Yeah, it does.
character kind of with the red border.
That's
Not like-
that's the only indicator that you have an inspiration point.
Yeah.
It's not very.
That's
intuitive.
whack.
You do not see Ganwich inside of the keep, but you would know that he wasn't really kept inside of the keep. So you go and
They used it
explore
for
the
horse
fields outside of the keep, and you would see him there, just grazing away.
So they used it for
Yay.
horse meat.
Do you do anything?
I just call him, and then he just like pet him.
He has definitely turned a lot
excited
more
to see
wild
Ganwich.
without anybody kind of, keeping to him. His mane's definitely grown out, and the fur on him is a bit more rough.
Oh, I need to brush him.
But he's been well fed, so.
I'd lead him back to the keep and see if there was anything in there, so I could like
Do that
brush
thing
him.
they do in those ASMR videos when they carve their like hooves.
The,
Well, yeah, they clip.
I
the
know
hooves.
it's. Why do you want me to do that?
Need it.
Yeah,
That's what you do.
That's what he does.
Let's see. Make a nature check.
Does he have horseshoes on?
Yeah, he's.
So,
he's-
yeah,
Jake
I see
has
it.
intelligence.
What about
I'm
animal
stupid.
handling?
Or animal handling. Yeah, there we go. Animal handling.
I think animal handling is also intelligence.
I'm proficient in that, and I have a +5 to animal handling.
Thank you.
Do I also add my proficiency
Well,
bonus,
yeah.
so it'll be
So it's
plus 9?
+9.
But I roll like ass.
It's okay, you got this. I believe in you. It's for Ganwich.
15.
That's pretty good.
No, you're able to
Only
give
from the
him.
+9.
You find a little hitch to, he having been raised to do this, is easily brought into the keep, even though there's a whole lot of construction going on. And bring him, and attach him to a hitch where you take good care of him, give him good brushing down, and I'll say with a 15, you're able to kind of smooth out the horseshoes, but
You gotta take them off. And sand
Yeah,
it
you
down
wouldn't-
and put it back.
you wouldn't feel comfortable enough. You don't have any real skills with metal, and
Yeah.
it kind of goes against your whole thing.
Yeah.
So, what would you say? Would you say you just kind of like smooth out the hoof and leave the horseshoe on there, or would you take off the horseshoe?
Oh, natural.
I would take it off
Okay.
and like
Free.
smooth it out.
Okay. Yeah. With a 15, you're easily able to do that. As Gamwood seems to really enjoy the little manicure you're giving him.
Cute. He doesn't kick me.
What about the rest of
Hell
y'all? Are
yeah.
y'all trying anything specific, or?
Oh yeah, I have things to hang up. I'm gonna hang up the radiant idol arm
Alright.
that's carrying the flail.
Love that. Okay.
We agreed to put that on the mantle.
You're gonna mount it.
Yes, and I'm also gonna put the lightning dragon head that was made out of stone that we
Mhm.
found also on the mantle.
Okay. So is this going inside of your sanctuary, man?
No, this is like in the living
In your
room,
room.
like
Okay.
on like above the fireplace in the living room.
We need to draw y'all's like living quarters and stuff.
I wanted to. There's this packet of brushes I found that's really expensive, and I was gonna ask if you wanted them too, and we could split it. And it allows you to draw D&D maps on Procreate, so it has like the stone materials and walls and barrels and lights and stuff. It's like $50.
That's
Now I was
exciting.
wondering if you wanted to split it, and we can both download the brushes for Procreate.
Can you do that?
Yeah, it's just a file,
Oh,
and I can just share the
So,
file.
do you
with
want brushes that I have? I can just share them
We have a
with you.
bunch.
I have so
Sure.
many.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's what I was wondering of doing. I saw it on I got targeted on Instagram, and
That's exactly
I was
what
like, I
happened.
really want to buy this, but it's expensive, and I
How
was
do
gonna
you
ask if you wanted to get it.
Look at you just go to Brushlight right and hit plus.
Yeah, it's super easy. Sometimes the website will have the like in the download section on Safari, you can just drag and drop it into the Procreate brush section. It'll just create it
That's
for
really
you.
clever.
It's super easy. It's so cool.
Okay.
But I was wondering if you wanted to split it because I wanted that pack to make our bastion.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'd be down to do that. I mean, I want to see them first.
I have them linked.
Okay.
I'll share them with you.
Yeah, let's do that, and then you can draw up everybody's at least
It has
room
like beds
sizes.
and like cabinets and drawers and stuff. It's really cool.
Wait, it has that built into it.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
that's
brush. It's
so
like a stamp.
cool.
You can put like beds
Yeah.
and stuff, and it's really cool.
It's really exciting.
Yes.
Huh, okay, I dig it.
Yes.
But yeah, for now we'll just say that you're putting it where they were.
Do we have a fireplace?
I say we should.
You do.
Put it
No,
on
you
the
do.
fireplace.
Above the fireplace.
And for you'll also have your own vault below you. So
That's our bank, right?
We
Well,
can
that's
put,
where, like,
all our treasure.
it's where one of the dimensional pockets is that you can then access the vault.
I can take these away now from my pockets.
So anything else anybody wants to add?
No, but I do want to go and check on these people doing the research for me.
So your hireling, which you have not named yet,
Nope. I will
it's,
eventually.
I believe it says you get 3 points of topical lore. Let me look it up real fast. How do you spell library? There it is.
Bibliothèque.
Oh, B-I.
Okay, so you asked for them to look into specifically Prince of Frost
Yeah.
and what kind of gambit he might have made.
Yes.
What the hell is a gambit?
We looked this up the other day.
Oh, that's right.
Do you mind?
Are you stealing each other's shoes?
Keep
It's my
stealing
fault.
All the
shoes,
way
bro.
up on this side. I'm gonna put that bronze pine cone I took
Hell yeah.
on the fireplace. Mental.
On like the shelf or whatever.
So, the first piece of information would be that typically the Prince of Frost doesn't interact with other beings. You know, there are no real gods to interact with, and the Archfey keep away from him. So the fact that one of these beings made a gambit with him is odd. It's
So
out,
you
it's
said-
out of
and
character.
The Fae, everyone kind of avoids him.
Exactly, because he banished everybody that wasn't essentially from the realm of no, not from there's the summer court, the winter court. Anybody that wasn't part of the winter court, he banished from his realm. So it is arguable that whoever he made this gambit with is not from the Fae. The second part is, what does he stand to gain? Fae thrive on stories. So he is obviously playing the part of the conniving villain, trying to gain an upper hand by meddling in the affairs of mortals.
For fun, maybe.
And then,
But that's who has been talking to Ezra, right?
yes, the Prince of Frost.
Yeah, I just want to figure out what the fuck he meant. That's really it.
There have been no previous recorded instances or stories of the Prince of Frost making some kind of gambit. It's always been, either it's either his wife left with a adventurer and they fled to the future and he waits for them to return, and that's why he's always torturing adventurers, to his mother was betrayed by the Summer Queen, and that's why his heart turned to frost.
His wife left him.
That's one of the stories.
So
No wonder he's
he
so
told
pissed.
Ezra that whole like I will not lose my gambit to the traveler. Is Ezra the gambit?
You would feel like that's correct.
Okay.
That you are involved in the gambit. But what is the gambit exactly? You don't know.
And who the fuck is the traveler?
The one who left with his wife.
No.
No.
The final bit of info that the library will give you is that the Traveler is one of the Dark Six, the more primeval gods of Corvair.
Yeah.
Where there's the Devourer, there's the Fury, which
The evil gods of Corvair, you said?
evil isn't quite the right word. Like, think of it as like, they're more inclined towards the natural world. You know, the natural destruction of a storm, the natural fury of a lover whose lover was killed. These more these more primal aspects of Corvair, and the Traveler is one of those. Dark Six.
I read this.
And then there's the Sovereign Host, which represents more modern aspects of Corvair. You know, there's the Doladur, which is the god of the Forge, stuff like that. The Dark Six are their antithesis. And the Traveler has a lot of different stories behind him.
I read about the Dark Six only because I was researching Drone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had drone worship the Dark Six, essentially.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll say the last bit of information they give you then, since you talk about the Traveler, is the Traveler is kind of the patron saint of changelings. So,
Would you have known that?
He also created the Guardians
close
Of
enough.
the galaxy.
from Destiny.
The patron saint of changelings.
It is one of the origin stories of changelings is that a woman was trying to hide her 1,000 children from being killed by her enemies, and the Traveler approached her and said, "I will give them my cloak. They will never be recognized, but they will always be safe." Is essentially how the story goes.
We read that when we were reading about changelings. It mentioned the Traveler briefly, but we hadn't known about this
No.
yet. It didn't click.
There you go. A little bit more. Anybody
Yeah,
else?
you're taking little bites.
Sure,
Yeah,
let's
little
go check out
bites.
the
Yeah, all right, you check it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
check it out.
So your nameless NPC.
No, old Joshi.
Old Josh.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, you're gonna name him.
Gotta
Yeah.
put this in there.
Yeah, this old Joshi. It's like
Old Joshy. All right. What does old Joshy look like?
from first appearances, he is like a very old vagabond kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like an old man, probably drinks a lot, has a bit of a smell to him. But to the trained eye, this man got the sauce. He can fight. He knows how to fight. Like the way he walks, like he knows what he's doing. He's just old and fucked up.
Just a
You're
bunch of
describing
scars.
Leroy.
PTSD.
No, that's not Leroy.
I just met an old man that knows how to fight.
Yeah, old man that knows how to fight. Very abrasive. Very abrasive.
So I'm gonna try some voices and let me know if you like one. All right.
Does he have to have a southern accent?
No,
Damn
it
it.
doesn't have to be Southern. I'm not sure if I want him to be or not. Probably will go towards just old,
Just old
human man.
You'll see this old human man with slicked back gray curly hair, a scar, and kind of like almost cataract eyes.
Jesus Christ.
God,
Yeah.
decrepit
This
looking
motherfucker's
man.
blind. He's working in
Perfectly
the
taking care of
armory.
various equipment. Look up at you. Squirlia. You must be my new employer. My name's old
Metal
Josh.
Gear
Two
Snake.
Two Metal Gear.
Two Metal Gear. Yeah, two gravelly. All
A
right.
little more crazy.
I was kind of moving towards Soldier 76.
Oh,
way
Jack.
too much. That was way too much. I'm old Joshy. I'll be helping you out with this armory in the barracks.
Like
Is there anything I
rest.
can do to help you out or help you and your adventuring team train? You send them my way, and we'll see what we can do for them.
I trust you, old Josh.
You can trust me. You can trust me with your life,
That's pretty good.
but tell them to stay off my lawn.
Oh yeah. They will stay out of your lawn and your shed.
Your
We're
shit.
not allowed in.
That being said, Skurlia, the more men we can get to, kind of arm the bastion, the better.
Mhm.
So, I hope that you'll have the funds to hire a few more people, because I don't remember how much it costs to hire people.
You only have one guy, old Joshy.
I think so.
It's technically just old Josh. Right
Just old
now.
Joshy.
Each shiny issue recruits you can up to 4 bastion defenders are recruited to your bastion and assign quarters in the barracks. The recruitment costs no money. You can recruit. You can't once it's fully filled.
Like that kid.
So it can hold up to 12 Bastion defenders.
Oh yeah.
So let me see.
Yep. Love that. That was me all day yesterday. I was hoping you weren't asleep. I was like spamming your name.
Nobody mentioned it today at work.
What?
I don't think she's announced it.
Oh.
I think she's only told us.
Oops.
What?
Hmm?
What?
Medusa's leaving.
Mari's leaving.
Oh, she finally got it or something?
Mm.
Good for her.
It's Medusa.
I said her name. She's not gonna watch this.
Well, yeah, it just looks like his old Joshi right now. And then the barracks will fill up once they complete construction, and then you order him to recruit, which we'll say it's about 18 more days left. So nice. Temple,
What doing?
what doing? You're the dragon shard of power would be complete by now, so you can pick that up. Do you have any ideas on your hireling or?
Name and race and stuff.
If you
I
want,
have a
yeah.
name.
Well, I mean,
have
you
a
should,
little
but I'm not
fairy,
expecting you to have
assuming.
it right now. So.
All right, let's make something up.
All right.
Oh, dwarf
Solis.
Okay.
by the name of Alaric
Alaric. All right.
Ironheart.
Ironheart.
Okay.
That's cool.
Sound like every Final Fantasy player I see in Limsa.
Alaric Ironheart.
Solace or Solis?
Solis.
That's a Spanish name.
Is it?
Solis.
What's it mean?
Ah,
It means of the sun.
probably.
Probably does, yeah.
Yeah.
We can show it on.
No, you're probably right.
Alright.
It's just,
You would see him, with woodcarver's tools, making the staff.
it's a last name. Solis.
He's really working that
Oh,
shaft.
it's from the
Yeah,
Latin
whenever you
word
walk in.
sol, which means sun.
Give me that.
Hi, Temple.
I was gonna name mine.
Are you the current master of this arcane sanctum?
That's cute. That you
Yeah, that'd
chose
be
Solis.
Well, then I bow to your expertise. But if both of us work on this together, we can speed up the time making it.
Got nothing else to do. I'm okay with that.
Okay. And that doubles the crafting speed, basically. So instead of 10 days, it'll take 5 days.
Now we both handle the shaft together.
It'll be faster. Ezra, we already talked about all your stuff. Don't forget to think about your hireling, who helped you research all this stuff.
What was I gonna ask him? There was something I was gonna ask. Remember when I was like, oh yeah, once. Yeah. Zeke,
What?
what was I gonna ask my hireling?
I know my hireling's name.
That's to study the prison.
Go ahead.
It's a Solis.
Is it the
S-O-L-I-S.
Yeah, or
I assume
about the
it's gonna
Manifest
be
Soul?
like a little dude
No, it wasn't that.
fairy.
it was
Okay.
something to do with the prison.
No,
I
wasn't it
haven't thought
about
about what I want him to
the
look
fucking?
like
I
yet,
remember.
but-
What it was.
Don't have to yet. Okay. So yeah, you would find this beautifully made, garden, magically grown on the south side of Wrath Keep.
Do you remember?
And flitting through it is this fairy, this male fairy that is tending to it. As you approach and enter the gardens, he flits over to you. Ah, Master Emma, I hope you enjoy the work I've created.
Cute.
And you said you wanted this time to be bouquets. Okay. Malachi,
How many worklings or underlings do I have?
you have one right now.
Cool. Okay.
You vibing over there? What's she doing?
It's gonna be. I feel like I should make it a girl.
Okay.
Should make it a girl. A girl Umbergen.
Put a
Okay.
girl on.
Yeah.
Put a girl on.
Yeah. But like a punk girl. Like short pixie cut, white
Alright.
hair.
Calls the same
Right.
game.
Alright.
Like super not butch, but just super pixie looking.
Basically.
Yeah. I'm gonna name her Polaris.
Polaris.
Alright.
Alright.
The northernmost star.
And then at the very end, I was just wondering if you could put.
That's her name.
It's also a tractor brand.
The North Star. Polaris. Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? What?
Like that wagon.
That's why. There we go. Alright. You'll enter your Sanctuary.
Wait, I was gonna
Barely
have,
Yes.
remember.
I don't have a name. I'm not gonna think of one later. About the third
The
Concubine?
concubine.
No.
Oh, the third champion.
Yes.
About the arrow and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
wanted
arrows.
to see if they maybe get anything on that.
They'll start
Literally
researching.
anything.
Okay, let me write it down, and they'll start researching.
Because we have nothing to go off of, so anything will help.
Oh wait, so technically, right now you are having the arcane study being built. They can do that both. You can have the arcane study being built with the teleportation circle while having your library has
That's right. We're building a teleportation circle, right?
named hireling. Look into the third champion. Bingo. Alright. So Malachite, you would enter the sanctuary, a very dark but clean room,
With
as
the shadow statue.
the shadow statue at the fore.
It looks cool.
It looks, yeah. And your hireling will kind of be there just tending to the place, kind of turn around to see you. Yeah, Malachite. My name is Polaris. I'll be serving you now, helping make sure that the Umbergen is represented in these bright lands. I have the charm ready for you to bless whenever you're available.
I have to.
You have to. Officially, it's a long rest.
I just have to sleep there. I
And
was gonna say I have to sleep with it.
Would do it.
And what does the charm look like?
It's whatever you want it to look like. So like whenever y'all had the charm of the silver flame, it was essentially like a wax symbol with like a little script hanging off of it. But this can look however you want it to look, and you may choose. Oh no, that's the wrong page.
I thought I chose. I was gonna choose the healing one.
You're going to choose the healing one.
Yeah, because I was looking at the other charms and they're kind of like.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you want to choose any of the others, you can. Just make sure it's a charm is on.
Whoa! You didn't show me
Yeah,
these.
so not the blessings.
Yeah,
the
the charms.
Yeah, there's a couple of different ones.
Conjure animals, dark vision, feather fall, heroism, restoration. 3 charges. Greater restoration is 2. Lesser restoration.
Yeah, we have one of those for the tunnel.
That sounds pretty cool. And one of your open possession becomes a dragon slayer or giant slayer for the next
It
90
will-
days.
I don't know if you still have the charms, Fairly, but it faded after a week. So, okay.
We used it all.
I'll probably do the restoration one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that one sounds cool.
Just remember, it only lasts a week.
A week, yeah. And so if I use the 3,
Then it disappears.
it disappears. So but if I don't use them, I have a week.
You have a week to use it. Which, I mean, hey, in the Moorlands, it might be helpful.
Might be helpful. Restoration.
Lasts for 7 days or until you use it. Yep.
Yeah, and it's 2 for greater restoration, 1 for lesser restoration.
Exactly. Perfect. Alright, I think I have that down for everybody. Yeah. Unless there's anything specific that you would like to do eventually, Jor makes his announcement as you hear various woof, 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 enter the gate. Is anybody out in the courtyard as you hear these dogs barking and walking in? Or are you all in your rooms kind of
We're on our own respective spaces,
ruminating?
Yeah.
Aren't I in the
checking things.
Yeah, that's just like
Arcane stuff.
organizing.
No, I'm just, would any of you have come out? So.
If
Yeah.
we are the dogs,
I thought I
yeah.
was still hoping.
Emma would if she were at the
Ezra
dogs.
would have
If-
too. Ezra's,
so you can only work on it for 8
area.
hours. So just so you know.
Hanging my things up.
Ezra would have gone to the door.
Ezra
She
would
would've
So
gone
would
out to
have
see
Emma.
the bar.
So Ezra, Emma, the dogs get to you first as they kind of jump on both of you. They're the 3 of them kind of are licking both of you as you hear Jor. Ah, you're back. I didn't know when you'd be back. I just kept getting these orders. It's good to see all of you. There's been some pretty crazy rumors about the world, but
Please don't
I'm
make
glad
us
all of you
relive
made it
it
out
again.
safe. So what brings you back to Wrathkeep? I see we kind of looks up. We have more magical shit.
Yeah, we have a dog for the boat now, or for the airship now.
Yeah, looks like a train to me, a lightning rail.
Lightning round, yeah.
All right. I mean,
It'll be Himiko's, but we welcomed her to build
No, another one. Okay. I don't know who Himiko is, but she sounds nice. Well, good. I hope what we've done with Wrathkeep is to all of your liking.
Thanks for keeping watch over everything.
I mean, you paid me well. You keep paying me well. It's just in gold.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna ton gold.
Okay.
I give him 1 electrum.
You don't have any electrum. Well, I was about to get dinner started. If any of you were hungry, but all these laborers gotta keep them fed. But thankfully, fucking the city over to the west, to the east. I forget what it's called. Well, Drellin's Ferry is coming back. They're reconstructing that.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
they
forgot about
are.
that.
Yeah,
place.
after it got ransacked by the Red Hand. And Brindle sent us plenty of supplies. So
Mhm.
we can really hold out here in Brathkeep if we wanted to.
Do you need any help preparing dinner for everyone?
I mean, if you want to help, you can, but me and the dogs can handle it.
The dogs?
Yeah, the dogs have thumbs.
Damn.
No, it's like that one episode
Just
of
get up
Dungeon
on two
Meshi where
fucking legs.
Sumi starts helping with the food and like little bits of the food have cat hair sticking
Mm.
out of it.
Gross.
It adds to the protein.
Skinwalkers.
Should we make him a penthouse on the side?
A penthouse?
Yeah, like a little apartment. Like I feel because doesn't he just live in like this rundown shack in the woods?
It's a cabin. It's a nice cabin. I keep good care of it.
Would you like a home here?
I have a home here. I'm like 2
Yeah, he
miles away.
literally.
Oh, that's
just
right. He's like down the road.
walks. Yeah.
Hey, I gotta get my exercise in every day. Otherwise, my legs are, rust away. That's what happens to the mortal body. It doesn't just evaporate. It rusts. That's why you gotta use it every day to keep it sharp.
This just reminds me of this contractor I work with. He's like, I don't drink water. I want to drink this Mountain Dew. You seen what that shit does to pipes?
What water does the pipes?
It's like, I don't trust it.
What would Mountain Dew do to pipes?
Keeps them clean, apparently.
Oh, God.
Jesus
It would
Christ.
break them quicker.
We are made of pipes.
We have copper
That too.
inside of us. For sure.
Intestines are nature's pipes.
Oh yeah.
My pipes are
Oh no.
Sorry for your pipes.
broken. Okay. All right. So the day will end as you spend another day in Wrathkeep and do get the official charm. Himiko will eventually, the next day, let herself down, kind of look around the place. It's a nice place you have going here. You received this from Brindle? Or?
We actually found the deed.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
We killed the people who were in here. We found the deed.
Wait, you killed
Not the owners.
Oh, okay. I thought that's-
The
that
people
was-
who were inhabiting it at
They're
the
squatters.
who were squatting in it.
Goblins.
Oh.
Hobgoblins,
That
to be
guy,
specific.
that leader guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Fascinating. I love that for all of you. I hope it turns into a right proper castle for all of you. You deserve it. And of course, and she looks up and you see the dock, I believe is what it's called, just under construction. And then of course you'll have a nice large House Orion insignia just flying in the sky. You can always look up and look at it. I'm not sure how you feel all about that, but well,
Oops.
assuming we all get out of this alive,
It's like a
Wrathkeep.
giant sign that says "Come rob us."
Well, Wrathkeep could become a center of commerce years from now.
I'm trying to live here.
Yeah.
I mean, well,
What's what castles do?
That's true.
Yeah.
maybe we'll find some other place to keep this guy.
Himiko has a lot of faith in us.
I do.
Soon enough, we'll allow settlers around us.
Yeah, you
Will
could
we?
have them.
That's usually what happens.
Emma and Ezra are like, we don't want people here.
I mean, I don't want it either, but it's usually what happens with castles.
Just make them serve as serfs.
Serfs?
Well, I mean, usually what happens with castles is they'll offer like protection or resources and things like that.
Exactly.
It's a little
Eventually, it'll turn into a town, and then a city, and then before you know it, you're conflicting with the various nations. That'd be
We'll be
great.
our own country.
But that's
Equal
years
to
from now.
country.
We'll secede from them.
Your own sovereign state. But that's years from now, and we only have a year to figure out our problems.
Okay.
Okay.
So, are all of you ready to go now, or did you want to maybe build your strength here and then head out?
At this point, I'll come down from the arcane study.
Oh, you're not even here.
Hurricane Mikkel's voice. He jumps off from the fucking second floor balcony.
Go ahead and make our Arcana check.
Sure about that.
Yes.
Just
15.
We'll say with the 15,
Oh, wait, hold on.
you
I
and
lied. 18.
18. Okay, yeah. Then definitely with an 18, you and Alaric are able to complete the Adder Staff.
You're a helper.
So you could you have the Adder Staff in hand as you thunk down the stairs with it.
With 2 others sticking up this so it looks like an X on my back.
You just have so many sticks in your hands.
No, they're on my back.
Oh, that reminds me. Remember how we talked about having, like, for when Emma shapeshifts or wild shapes, having something that, like, her
Like a
weapons
harness,
would
maybe?
be on?
Yeah.
Could technically Skrelia's armory make something like that?
It wouldn't make it.
Okay.
It stocks stuff.
Okay.
So if you'd like to have the hirelings like go out and look for something like that, you can. But honestly, Temple would be the person to ask.
Like, to create it?
Yeah.
That guy
Talk to old
hates
Joshy.
me.
Old Joshy.
That guy hates me. What?
Can you do me a favor? Okay, I'll ask him it
Right now?
another time.
Another time,
Because
right.
I figured he was gonna come down and say something to.
I'm just coming down. I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right. So before y'all do, oh goodness, don't do that. So technically, there's been enough days for another turn. So Emma, your candles are Solis makes the bouquets.
Mhm.
All right. So you basically have like it's 10 5 gold times 10. You have 50 gold worth of candles and now bouquets, so 100 gold worth of stuff. Would you like them to just keep going?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have them send him into like the nearest town to like sell them.
Go to farmers markets.
Okay. So then we'll say that he'll just go and sell them. So go ahead and add 100 gold. And you want him to just keep making stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Anything specific?
I thought you said candles would
Candles?
be
Okay.
next.
Well, you don't have to rotate if you don't want to, but sure. And don't forget that candles can also be used as a spell component. Skrilla, we're at 18 days. Barracks, 18 days. Sarasite, did you want to? I mean, the focus would have been completed technically. Did you maybe want to upgrade it, or
What can the focus even do?
focus is just used as a spell focus?
It's just for flair.
Exactly.
Yeah. I had one in my first cleric. I mean, I guess sure. I guess I'll upgrade it.
Upgrade. Okay. We'll go into the details of upgrade next time. And then temple. Did you want to look at the thing again, or
What thing?
the Arcana table? Do you want to keep crafting things, or maybe did you want to do something?
I thought we were doing
specific? You're about to, but you're going to give orders before you do.
Oh, yes.
Do
You
you
mean
want
like to
to-
give
I was
the
like, is he
He
dead?
died.
Do you want to roll again?
That's really sad.
What was the other
Like a
option
land?
other than
So there's common and
create-
uncommon.
Well, no, other than creating stuff
Um,
or crafting stuff? There was
Yes, there is one other.
Can't do it.
You can craft
Oh,
arcane
can't
focus,
relate.
which same thing. You can craft a blank book or make a magic item.
that's right. Blank book is just
It takes 7 days and costs you 10 gold.
and it does nothing.
It's a blank book, so it can do some things, but you have to get creative.
You can write your fanfiction porn in it.
You could also look into.
You could start a
upgrading-
diary.
He's gonna do a self-insert fanfiction of him and
Do a diary that Himiko can find and read about all your true
Dear
feelings.
diary, I saw Himiko today.
I feel so bad for Ish right now. I'm not gonna
She
lie.
smiled at me.
Never mind.
I'm planning to steal Locke for hair later.
She was wearing a new perfume today.
All right. Love it.
Tomorrow I might skin her and wear it.
God, okay,
Turn
Hannah.
her
I'll be-
into a
That
coat.
way I'll be close forever.
Which, if my notes are correct, I believe you would upgrade it into an observatory.
Ooh.
Arcane study.
Wait, when does that happen?
If you want to upgrade it, you can upgrade it into an observatory.
How much is that?
If I remember
$1 billion.
5 honey.
Oh no, it's still roomy, so yeah, 500.
Because that's what we need for the teleportation circle.
Mhm.
Well, the teleportation circle's already being made by Ezra. So.
I thought we needed the arcane potions for that. I mean, the arcane.
The arcane library needed to be
Yeah, study.
upgraded to be able to get
Yeah.
into.
I mean, you're upgrading it now is the thing. With a teleportation circle, you can now upgrade its facilities to a
She's gonna
observatory.
fall off.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You'll do that? Okay.
Take it from the bank. You ain't touching my gold.
Look at that back rug.
She's gonna get mad at you.
Just gonna nibble on those fingers. Isra, so you're already having the teleportation circle being made.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been enough time for the library to finish its research.
Yeah, it takes like what, 3 days?
It takes a week.
Takes a week.
And you have to be present. Like they can't.
I'm leaving.
With further upgrades, they could send you the results. You haven't upgraded it enough yet.
So if I wanted to like teleport back real quick,
So once the teleportation circle is complete, you'll need to make another teleportation circle. But you will know the arcane keys to make that circle, and you should be able to teleport back at any time. Because technically, the 2 teleportation circles you knew of no longer exist.
Yeah,
Oh
there-
God, that's
there were
right.
One was in Sharn, wasn't it?
Both
Both were in
Both
Sharn.
were in Sharn?
I think one was in
One was in the House Tarasco house,
Yeah.
and the other was in the Undersharn. Not Undersharn, but the Fallen District.
Yeah. So now we have a free get out of jail free card
Yes.
back home.
it does take 10 minutes though.
That's
to-
better than nothing.
Is you draw the circle.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what the keeper did, or the seeker.
Bam. Turn 3, love that. And technically, just so y'all know, I don't know, it's frustrating because like bastions are only in the DM's guide, but they are something that you're supposed to have like the most, like a large say in. So if you ever want to be like, I want to do this, just don't be afraid to look it up and ask. So, okay. So, here's the thing about the Mornlands. None of the food within is edible. It's all poisoned and dangerous. So we need to make sure that we're plenty stocked up on rations. How much rations do you have on?
Oh, Jesus.
I don't keep track of that.
Ration goes bad, doesn't it?
Technically, yes. In D&D, I don't know what the rule is.
Mine is.
Then I would say I have none.
Yeah, I have no.
Same.
Mine.
One day.
Yeah, because I have
Oh.
1 day's worth, but I've had that since we started. the
Same.
game.
Yeah.
You just have like a rotten apple in your bag.
Oh, never mind. I got rid of it.
Yeah, I got rid of mine too, so I'm assuming we used it.
I have a disguise kit for some reason. Still gotta use that.
Hell yeah. Still has that weed
Can I
factor.
grow hemp?
I'll let you grow hemp. Just grow
You can
weed.
ask Emma if you
Hey,
can grow
Emma,
weed in
can you
the
grow me some weed? If I provide you seeds.
To like talk to Solis.
Grow me some Zaza.
Good Zaza.
Uh-oh.
Oh, did you just grab her? Okay. She protested.
A little bit, but not really.
Love the girl. My big fuzzy baby.
She is so
she's
fluffy.
extra fuzzy right now.
She
is.
Yeah.
She's
She's
got
extra
really
fuzzy.
fluffy.
It's that winter coat.
I hold her back so she feels secure.
Yeah. If you hold their bums.
Yeah. Sometimes whenever I
Lovely is it?
grab her, I always grab her like this. And her hind legs are always propped. And sometimes I only grab her like this, and I can feel her like, where's my support? Okay.
Play for me now.
This is Ezra.
So
Cute.
technically, rations don't expire because they're designed that way, and you can still eat bad rations. And it
That
takes
day's worth.
you
Yeah.
need 2 pounds of rations per person per day.
£10 for a group of us a day.
A day.
And how many days are we leaving?
You don't know.
So we need at least 200 pounds of rations.
Well, we do have
But-
a bag holding.
And you have a perfectly good sky rail to store stuff.
Oh, I have 10.
10 pounds of rations?
Yeah, well, 20 pounds. I have 10
Oh yeah, I have
rations.
5. I didn't realize there was.
Yeah, they're usually part of like the adventures pack and stuff. So,
So I already have 5, which is 10.
D&D rations cost.
Ooh.
Lovely girl.
Down here it says 5 gold.
Yeah, 5 silver, according to the player's handbook. So yeah. We'll hand wave the specifics and just say you'll buy yourselves 10 days worth of rations.
I was thinking
month?
a month.
A month, okay.
Just to be safe.
You think
never
we're
know.
gonna be there a month?
Well, you never know.
Month each?
No, a month in general.
Times 5. So that's 25. That's 25 silver a person per day. So 25 silver times 30. 750 silver or 75 gold.
Just do 77. Just do silver.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say we'll give it like a 10% discount, so 70 gold or 700
Yeah.
silver.
Just do
And
silver.
shit, I just made 100 gold off
What?
my fucking shits that I sold. I could just.
Wait,
fucking-
each?
No,
No.
for the whole group.
Just ask this one.
Okay. This one.
Well, Emma was offering because she just made money. She made 100 gold off her thing.
I have apparently I'm rolling in it.
You got 7k. I got 1.2k.
We have 8k in the bank.
How much do you have?
I have 7.8.
Dude!
Fight me.
They kept a treasure trove and nobody
They did.
bothered to look into that.
Yeah.
I was the only one that was like, hey, you gonna share that? And you were like, no.
Yeah, because I have to reiterate, Ezra didn't know any of you bitches and didn't think it would get this far.
Ezra was ready to bounce after that 7k.
Yeah.
What, it was 100 you said?
Save the
70.
world.
70? Oh, I just...
I got one.
Yeah.
So, from the Ayrshire Vale, you head south and eventually head east. So, the Mornland fog, right? It creates a wall around the nation of Sire and also encloses it. But Himiko is able to fly over it.
So she can go over the barrier.
Exactly.
Okay.
But how you'd still need to skydive in. But that's the thing, is that Iron Rock Mountain wasn't this one, it was up here. Let me look at my
So do
notes.
people still live in the Moorlands?
There are living things in the Moorlands, but the only like signs of civilization
Yeah.
are the Warforged, which are unaffected by the negative.
Yeah, they
impact.
could just live in there.
And that the leader, known as the Blade, is the one that leads those
Do
Warforged.
we know if they're evil?
They are considered a terrorist organization. You have actually interacted with the Blades before, whenever you met Bastard, who was hired. Him and his mercenary group were hired to help defend Britain.
That's right, we went to their church, right? And
Yeah.
they were doing that little like fighting
Yeah,
sequence thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that was the most you ever really interacted with the Blades.
They weren't necessarily horrible to
No.
us.
And you paid their dues,
Mhm.
and they fought valiantly. So it's looking like you
Kind of have allies there. Kind of. Could.
know of them.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, good morning, bastards. I kind of want old Joshy to sound like J. Jonah Jameson.
I want pictures of Australia.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
That's pretty good.
I want pictures of Spooderman. Only if he's spooting.
Boo told me to give you this. I forgot.
Is it yours?
Yeah.
You gave it to her?
Eric took hers when she was on repair. And she asked for mine.
Eric took Marius the other day and then went onto the
Take
floor.
everybody's.
And then,
Fucking useless.
Josue was like, "Do we have an extra one?" I was like, "The only one that we have is the one that's on Jaeger's wrist."
Okay. Somebody roll a d20, please.
11.
Alright. It's another relatively peaceful trip as you see the Mournlands reach your purview. The same mists that almost engulfed all of you now lazily flowing over this once great nation. Himiko comes out of the captain's cabin. So, we're about near the location of where Iron Rock Mountain was last heard of with various divination magics. I have to ask, do any of y'all have any plans of getting, like, do you want to just skydive through the Mournlands fog? Or do you perhaps have any kind of teleportation magic?
I could fly.
Additionally, how would we meet back up? Should I meet all of you outside of in one of the cities surrounding the Moorlands, or should I try and pick you up somewhere?
As for getting in, I don't. We couldn't just walk in, could we?
You could. I mean, you know, I could set you down and then you could just try to make your way through the mists. It's dangerous.
I think
I'm sure
diving
you
in
know.
randomly would probably not be any better.
Be quicker.
I think getting us above where we last think the mountain is
As close as possible.
and just dropping there.
Does anyone know Featherfall? Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
We should have made some
I know.
featherfall tokens.
I never had it.
Someone else.
Himiko gave you all featherfall tokens
Yeah.
at one point,
Or someone had it.
but those dissipated after about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Lily, what are you doing? Were you pooping?
She be a
She
city.
went to the body.
I guess we'll just featherfall in.
Yeah. And then as for picking us up, what was it that she said?
Meet in a
You want
city
her-
Yeah,
nearby.
how should we meet back up?
The nearest city to us right now is what? Kalazari?
It's
It's
God
Kalazari
damn it, he just
or
can't resist.
Metro.
It would technically be Kin Run,
Can run?
Yeah. which is east of the Elsyr Vale. You technically would have flown over it. So,
Where the fuck is Can Run?
Right here.
Where?
I think you almost have to.
Oh,
fly.
above Gorgonhorn.
Can run.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool, okay.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. So where's she dropping us off here?
She's going to be dropping you all off right about here.
And where's the mountain?
The mountain, that mountain range, right?
Oh, that's
right
it?
around there. So.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that just meet us up in Ken Run.
Okay.
From here to Ken Run, how far is it?
That's about 2 days walk.
Wow.
Yeah, or travel on foot.
I guess, yeah, that'd be the best option.
Very well.
Yeah, meet us in Ken Run.
Hopefully we don't get lost.
How many days do we expect to be here?
How many days do you need?
That's what I was asking out loud. Like, how many days do we?
We don't know.
We find what we're looking for.
If I don't find all of you within a week, I'll expect the worst.
Well, please come looking for us.
I can't. I mean,
Oh,
how?
that's true.
I'll see. After a week, I'll see if maybe Fulgrim can lend Templars to help search. But at that point, we're starting to throw bodies. And we'll just. I hope to see y'all within a week.
Do we have a sending a stone of some sort we can use with her?
I have one, but it's for my house. I just don't have another one.
I'll see if I can procure some while you're away. And then next time, well, not only that, sending might not work through the morning mists anyway.
Oh,
So-
that's
Got no
right.
signal.
Got no signal.
Yeah, no signal. Very well.
Is there anything from the train I can take?
Like what?
Just something small. You know.
You want to steal?
No, it's for his spell.
Oh.
knob or something.
Yeah, take off a doorstop.
Yeah, you would definitely be able to take like one of the ends of the couches that you were staying on. Just kind of like pop it off.
I'll put it next to that chronomatic watch I took from Fulgrim.
Chromatic crystal. Okay. So with that, you all prepare to dive.
Turkey leg.
You all prepare to dive into the Moorlands as we get the next arc proper started. That's what will end tonight's session.
That's fair.
Oh,
Have a good night.